Hello, my name is Jimmy. I'm a child passenger safety technician here in Canada, and we're currently inside the 2026 Hyundai Palisade XRT. Unlike the lower trims, which come with a bench, the XRT comes with captain chairs, limiting passenger capacity in total to 7. However, you're not going to get 5 child seats within the cabin here. So let me show you exactly how will they fit, how they install, and all that good stuff. Starting with the Liing. This is a Clek Liing infant base. I have, of course, a carrier beside me here, but I want to show you exactly how well an infant carrier would fit inside. The Liing, what's nice about it is it does have these lower anchors on rigid arms, so super easy just to click them in to the lower anchors in the vehicle. You do get 4 sets, 1 on the seats here and 2 on the rear or the third row, 2 sets I should say. But crank that inside, low leg goes in, nice and easy. Super easy install for the Liing itself. Let me get the carrier. The doors on the Palisade, they open pretty wide, but not like a full 90 degrees. So it's sufficient really for most. All you have to do is just ladder in. I'm 5'11", and the height of the vehicle is actually quite good. It's not super high like some body on frame SUVs, but it's also not super low like a sedan would. This is actually a really good height for you to get an infant carrier in here. And once in, you're basically all set. I mean, the driver's side, or the driver's seat I should say, is adjusted to me at 5'11", and there's still a decent amount of space for me to move that seat itself. So even if you're a little bit taller, you shouldn't really have any issues. Let me flip over to the other side and we'll see what we can do with the passenger with a Clek Foonf in rear facing. All right, so I have the Foonf here for rear facing. I'm going to use the seatbelt method for the install here. What's nice is the buckle. There's actually a little bit of illumination on it. So at night, it's a little bit easier to see to get, well, your child seat installed safely inside the vehicle itself. Let's cinch that down and anchor the first side and then the other. I'm going to use my non-dominant hand on the belt path, less than 1 inch side to side. We're A-okay here. The front seat's already adjusted to me in a comfortable position for 5'11", and as you can see, or maybe you can't see, but there is a little bit of space. There's like 2-3 inches in between, so you should be able to still move the front seat back a little just to have, well, a little bit more comfort inside the cabin itself. But let's flip this out into something that's forward facing so I can show you what that looks like. All right, as for forward facing, it's just as easy. I have another Foonf here that is already set up for forward facing. Gonna install it using the lower anchors because there is another feature I want to show you. I can just put the seat in place. Makes it a little bit easier to put the top tether through the headrest post now than it is later. So I generally like to suggest that first. Click it in, push it back, make sure it's clicked in. And then once it's installed like this, instead of trying to dive into the third row to, well, find that upper anchor, I can just slide the seat forward and have easy access to the upper anchor just behind the seat. Get that cinch nice and tight. And then of course, I can move the seat back. If you're going to be using the seatbelt method, of course you can't do that because the seatbelt is on the C pillar rather than on the seat. So you can't move it once you got it installed. But if you're using lower anchors, you got another feature. With one press, the seat moves up in front, out of the way, so you got access to the third row. Definitely a nice feature to have. Works great for lighter weight seats because lower anchors has a maximum weight capacity of 65 pounds. That's seat and child. So if you have a lighter weight seat, well, essentially you can have them a little bit longer in there before you start using the seat belt and before they go into their booster. But that's the second row. Third row, let me show you that. All right, the third row. Of course, it's a 3-row SUV, and you certainly can use the third row with car seats. However, it's a little limited. You can certainly get forward-facing car seats like the Foonf back here. However, not in rear-facing. There isn't enough room for a rear-facing seat and have another seat in front. And if you're not going to have a seat in front, why are you going to put a rear-facing seat in the third row anyways? So a booster like this may be probably like I wouldn't say the only option, but probably the best option for the third row are boosters and, well, kiddos who have outgrown their seats, of course. But yes, a booster will fit back here. You got lower anchors on the bottom to make it easy for these boosters to be kept in place. So even when they go out for school or whatever it is, you don't have to worry about putting a seatbelt back over them or having them all floppy. They're anchored into place. One less thing for you to worry about. But that's really it for the Palisade here. If you have any questions about how child seats fit and all that good stuff, do let me know in the comment section down below. But before I go, I am going to crawl in here to show you, because this is going to be maybe not a common question, but I'm sure someone's going to ask. Can you fit 2 child seats and still sit in the middle? No, because this seat is going to be on the side. If I'm in the middle, there's not going to be enough room on the side here for another child seat. That's not going to happen. 2 people back here, that's going to be okay. But still tight. It's not like a full-size SUV like an Expedition or Tahoe would be. This is a large mid-size. I don't know what they classify it as anymore. In any case, thank you so much for watching. Like I said, if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. Take care.